Okay.
Okay, this is a how-to video made by one of our students showing you how to submit assignments on Google Classroom. Okay, go for it.
Thank you, Mr. Wachowski. So we're going to be submitting the assignment 517. So let's view the assignment right here. And as you can see, it's this assignment right here. So what you're going to want to do, you can't, as you can see, I can't write on this assignment. That's what happens when I try and type. I can't type on it. So what I have to do is I have to go up here and I have to press this drop down button right here and then open with Google Docs. So I'm going to do that, wait for this to load. And now this slide right here has now been turned into a Google Doc that I can write on. So I wrote in my answers, wrote in your answers, and I've completed the assignment. Now I want to turn it in. Now, I can't just press turn in because I would be turning in this, which is the Google Doc that I cannot edit. So what I have to do is I would go right here to add or create. Click on that, go to my Google Drive. Now, because I just did this assignment and pulled it up, it will be the most recent thing in my Google Drive. If it's not for some reason, you can always search for it up here. So I'm going to click on that, which is, actually, I'll tell you what, Mr. Chessie, that doesn't look to be that assignment.
Look at the one at the end of that row.
The end. Oh, there it is right there.
Yeah, for some reason it didn't come up first, but you could recognize. Right. I can recognize it.
Right. Yeah, that was a little weird. But yeah, so I guess be mindful of that.
Yeah.
But we'll click.
So students who are watching this, be careful. Don't just automatically click on the first one. That's the way I've always seen it work, but this is a quirk. Sometimes it may not. So check the assignment. Make sure you've got the right one.
Right. So we're going to click on that, and then we're going to press insert. So we'll wait for that to load in. And now there's two, to be honest with you. Something weird happened there too, but there it is. The assignment is now in here, in my work, where I can turn in.
Awesome.
So this, I have two of them open, but it's the same tab. So this document is a copy of this document, and then I just attach right there, and then all I got to do is press turn in. And actually, Mr. Wachowski, do you want them to leave this document in there, or do you want them to just have the completed document?
It's probably better if they have just a completed document.
Okay.
So
that's simple. Yep. Just make sure it's the right one, of course. Make sure you're not clicking out your work, and just X that out.
Right. This way, if I go in and there's two documents, one that's blank and one that has words in it, answers in it, I'll probably grade the one that's blank.
Yeah. So make sure you don't do that. So make sure you have the proper one in there, and then turn that in, and you are done. And that is how you turn the assignment.
Okay. So now it's actually turned in, right?
Right. So if you go to your portal, you should be able to see that turned in with my gibberish written on there.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to refresh my screen, and sure enough. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to stop sharing, and I'm going to share so we can see that it's actually there. Now, okay, so you can see my screen. There is Alex's work right there. All right. Now, notice something. The reason that this procedure is necessary is because the document was saved in Google Drive as a Word document. You could tell by the extension was DOCX, I think. When the document's saved as a Google Docs, then you should be able to submit it directly without going through this procedure. But since this happens so frequently, it's good for you to know how to do that when it's a Word doc. All right. Alex, thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Mr. Jesse.